here. Okay, before I switch over, I need to go press a button. I also need to save something to my home screen, which I'll do. And wait, hold up. Do I have it on my home screen? Because if I do, yay. If I don't, whoops. You know? Let's see. Do I? I do not. Okay. 1 second. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Let me get. Chair. Let's see. Taco Bell. We were talking about Taco Bell at work today as well. Let's see. Cody's here. Hash is here. What's up, Hash? Blue Eats here. How's everybody doing? Let's see. Hi, Cody. I haven't tried Taco Bell even once. I mean, you're not missing anything, to be honest. Let's see. I think we should be set. Let's go ahead and switch over. Good. How about you? I'm doing well. Doing well. Bit tired, but well. Had fun today. Let's see. Downloadable content. What's the update? Ooh. Silver Run 4's got an update? What's the update? Added support for shipping container. Adjusted terrain texture sizes. Okay, so nothing major. But the Volvo pack, that's also for that map. We'll just go ahead and auto that. Let's see. I am doing good. I am doing good. Let's see. Oh wait, gameplay is not what I meant to do. That's not what I meant to do. I'm looking for latest. That's what it is. Sorry, I haven't joined last farm streams when I forgot I was busy. That's fine. I mean, honestly, I appreciate anybody like stopping by. Like, you don't have to attend every single one of them, but I mean, it'd be appreciated. But I'm just thankful for anybody who could show up, even if it's for like 2 seconds. I still appreciate it. Like, it means more than you know. What is this? It means more than you know. So I'm just thankful for it. I'm like, the fact that there are people who are taking time out of their day who want to sit and watch me play and then chat and everything. Honestly, I don't think I would ever have. I genuinely don't think I ever would have been at this point, because before. Ooh, man, TGX hook lift. Cool little thing. I might have to get this. Maybe. We'll think about it. We'll think about it. But let's see. That's just flex. We don't want to watch you play Battlefield though. That's just you, sir. That's just you. I don't have money. Hey Doc, doesn't FS25 have like the weather system with tornadoes? Yes, it does. No, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. It does have that. I'm not gonna lie. This Man TGX with the hook lift and everything just made the Man TGS even cooler. So you can have, what is that? A log system, another log system. What I think is a forge wagon. Carry some bales. It'd be really cool, especially if this was auto loading. That would be really, really cool. I might install it just because. Just because. I mean, I may not use it, but ooh. Do we want the Lizard mini bike? Do we want this? Yeah, not just me. Let's see. On my way home from church, How was God tonight? Of course you do. Wait. On my way home from church. Okay, yeah. How was God tonight? Of course you do. Oh, of course I want. Oh, you're response to the lizard bike. Yeah. I figured this would go really well. I'm looking for. We need so much money so we can do this stupid this go-kart track. Like, we need the money for the field, and then I think we need about another 50K to actually go through the process of putting down the tracks and stuff. But once we get that going, that's gonna be insane. Actually, by the time we get to that point, we're gonna be so well off. We can do whatever we want on that map at that point. I think the downloads. Okay, everything's good. Let's go ahead and get straight into Nadenthal. Oh wait, where's the bike? One second. Okay, there's the bike. Didn't I get something? Oh yeah, the TGX hook lift. I seriously don't think I'm gonna use that, but you never know. We got rid of our man TGS. We got rid of that because it turned out the reason I was gonna use it, I couldn't use it for. So yeah. Good bleed. God is great. Yes, bleed. The one word bleed. I don't know why that was funny to me. Okay, what do we got to do? We just got to do grass, and once we get it, once we get filled, I think 22. I think it's filled 22. Once we get that, that's gonna like double the amount of money we can get, which is gonna make us a speed up. Also, when can we get our stupid promotion? It's now October 2nd. When are we allowed to get our promotion? Let me check this. Like, dear. Okay, so okay, the game refuses. Okay, what do we gotta do? I think we just have grass. I think, if I'm not mistaken, grass should be. Oh, it's not done. Huh. I don't know why I thought it was done. I thought it was. Okay. I have my eye. Okay, let me read chat. I have my eye. Chicken, rice, and chips. I haven't had chicken and rice in a hot second. I'm supposed to be making quinoa, black beans, and chicken. All that needed to be said. Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. Back. Might not chat much. I'm playing tornado chasing game. What is that? How was yesterday's stream? It was fun. I enjoyed it. I definitely have to get. Ooh. I'm actually glad I did it because I needed to test some settings, which should make Battlefield 6 when that comes out, setting that up, it should make that a little bit better. But yeah. Let's see, and did you mean potato chips or French fries? Yeah, French friends is crazy. Oui. Do people actually like the French? I don't have like a personal problem against the French, but I heard like a lot of people don't like the French people. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I'm just saying. Let's see. Okay. So since we don't have grass right now, we can just work our job and just fast forward. So that's what we're gonna do. Unless there just happens to be a contract that we can do extremely fast, which mowing, plowing. Like we could do the plowing job and that would give us 20K, but that also takes time. Whereas I could just keep doing this and just rack up some money. That way, it's not going to be nearly as much, but the time saved. How should I explain this? The time saved while working this job is worth the time that it would take me to actually do the plowing contract. But is more than that? It's more than that, but it's more than that. I like people from France, even though I was here yesterday. Yes, I did know you were here yesterday. French Canadians can take a long walk off a short pier. Okay. So the normal French are okay. The normal ones are okay. It's the Canadian ones. I mean, I can write. Look, I've been trying to get this. You guys know what I'm talking about, the chat thing, so that way I don't have to look over here, because you guys can clearly see me like looking over here, but if I can get that fixed, that would be, it was a great quality of life thing, and I'm glad. I think Bluey, I think you were the one who told me about it, or at least gave me the idea to look for something like that. And even though I can't even say it's good. It works. It works for this because I do have to play these games in what's the word? Windowed mode. But as long as you guys can see it like normal, I don't really care. What subject are you teaching? Math. Just in general high school math, but algebra 1, algebra 2, geometry, algebra finance, pre-cal. Did I say geometry? I think I said geometry. Geometry, algebra 1, algebra 2. Algebra with finance. Recap. Yeah. Wait, where are you from? Philippines? Yeah, he's from the Philippines. You don't have Doritos? Every place has Doritos. There are Doritos here. I just don't eat chips. Aw. Okay. See, are you missing something? Yeah, okay. I kind of agree with you on Blade on that. You're not really missing anything if you're not eating Doritos. You're really not. Or if you're not eating Doritos. But they are good. They stab your gums. Not if you chew them correctly, but I think everybody has had that experience where you bite into a Doritos wrong and they will stab your gums. Like, he is not kidding in that. You haven't messaged me back yet, dog. Did you send him egg? When were these messages sent? I saw Blue's messages about the investment stuff. Oh, the EA thing? I would ignore that. I know what it is, but... Well, no, you're on console, aren't you? I don't know what game that's for, Cody. It's not Farming Simulator, because EA does not do Farming Simulator, unless I'm mistaken. You realize when he's streaming, he isn't looking at Discord. He actually sent this yesterday, and I forgot about it, and that was my fault, because he sent it to me, and I was supposed to be checking. And we actually talked about this during stream, so that this is not his fault. This is on me. That's on me. But yeah, he sent me everything. I even told him this during stream, so yeah, it's not his fault. That's my bad. That's my bad. I've been on my phone having to text clients all day. I don't say all day, but for the better, that's the crazy part. That's like half of my job is calling people and texting people and just checking in on them, make sure they're okay, making sure, or checking with them and you know, how they feeling after a certain workout, so I know where to adjust. That's probably me doing a little bit too much, but I'm treating everybody like my student athletes. I want to know, how are you feeling after the workout, so I can adjust accordingly, especially since one of my clients is a student athlete. And so how I organize his workouts are different than everybody else's because he has games and batting practice. Let's see, some tornadoes are irritating. Of course, you're gonna form a tornado when I go somewhere else. Battlefield. Yes, it was Battlefield. Watch the radar. It'll show you when they're coming. What game are y'all talking about? Sounds interesting. I didn't know there was a tornado thing. Battlefield is the game. Yeah, Battlefield. So the one I was playing yesterday was Battlefield 2042. I'm pretty much just using that as practice until Battlefield 6, where Battlefield 6 is going to be a lot more like go, a lot more action, and I can narrate more. Actually, tomorrow's stream I'll be able to narrate more and sort of explain what's going on and things of that nature. But that is one of the more fun things with it. Plus, I do want to get to a point to where I can just be like in character. When I was in high school and me and my friends used to play, we used to pretend to be certain characters or certain people when we were playing in Battlefield, and it just made the game hilarious. Almost like Dungeons and Dragons, but there's no dragons, there's no dungeons, and it's first-person shooter. Can't wait for the Battlefield stream. Won't be watching anything FPS. That's fine. It's not for everybody. Let's see. The radar is shite. They show the tornado on the map, but the tornado in reality is a mile away from where the radar told us it was. Happy birthday. Sir, is this what is this month? September Fools? Is this what we're doing again? I'm catching on to your scheme, sir. Oh, wait. We're trying to go. We'll go till 7 in the morning. Our paycheck is going to be pretty decent this time around, I think. it should be pretty good. And in this time that we would have been using plowing, we've gotten a lot of it done. We got 12K from that. I would say it's worth it. 12K versus 20K. And we went through it so much faster. I would say it's worth it. And if this isn't ready, then we won't. Okay, so it is ready. Let me teleport back here real quick. Okay, so this is ready. We're gonna go ahead and cut that and everything, which shouldn't take us too long. We're at 63K. How much do we need again? I forgot. I think it was like 300 and something. Oh yeah, we'll have that pretty quickly, I think. Yeah, I think. Okay. Let me go on the ground, pick this up. Yeah, got it. And the good part is, it is dark. Well, it's not good. That's. Ooh, wait. Can we harvest in November? We can harvest in November, right? Hold up. That's one thing you gotta be careful. Yeah, okay, we can harvest in November. That's one thing you always gotta be careful about with playing with. Was it seasonal change? I forgot what it's called. But if you are not careful, even if your grass is ready to harvest, if you harvest it when it can't be harvested, well, I think that's kind of explains what. Oh, there it is. Alright, let's get to work. Okay. What I'm gonna do, just like always, I'm just gonna do the 2 stripes on the end, since those are always the weirdest ones to get. Let's see, actually I'm gonna start with this end, and we'll go east to west. Let's see, when is your birthday? In May. Oh, it's my dad and brother's birthday. Really? Happy birthday to them. Slowest tornado ever. It didn't even reach 100 miles per hour. I don't know how fast tornadoes are like go. So like you said, 100 miles per hour. I thought that was fast, but clearly I don't know jack squat about tornadoes if I thought that was fast and you're saying it didn't even reach that. Wait, is 100? I don't know. If it is, it is. OMG, I missed such a good tornado, bruh. Cody, relax. Yeah, Cody is on the drugs. I think this is how Cody fights falling asleep when he should probably be asleep. Wait, yeah, it says, okay, so it's ready to harvest. Okay, I never understood this. If you look in the bottom right, it gives us our field info, and like right above needs rolling, it says growth state is 3 of 4. Hear me out. Is that saying, because I think I remember Bluey telling me this before, but correct me if I'm wrong. If I harvest it now, we'll get a certain amount. But if I wait for it to get to the 4th growth stage, I can harvest it and get slightly more. Because like, it's like, even though the grass is harvestable at this state, it's not at its peak growth. I think if I'm explaining that right, I might be wrong. I'm still gonna go ahead and harvest it, but usually tornadoes go between 100 and 200 miles per hour. Oh, I'm not home. Oh yeah, so you definitely fell asleep. Yeah, so that tornado definitely was not fast. Holy shit, 2 tornadoes both in each other's path. Okay, if 2 tornadoes collide with each other, do they form like a big tornado, or like how does that work? I don't know how that works. Okay, so we're just gonna line this up. Let it line itself up. And we're just going to drop it down. You won't hit 4th stage because it'll be December. Doesn't happen. Oh, the tornadoes doesn't happen. But was I right with how that 4th stage works? Is that how that works? I know I won't hit it because, you know, December and whatnot, but... Okay, so we're gonna get to this end. Yes, okay. They would cancel each other out. That sucks. Okay, wait. What if they're spinning the same way, would they still cancel each other out? Well, I guess they always spin the same way based on the equator or something. I know the magnetic poles has something to do with it, but I just don't understand. Or at least I would think the magnetic poles have something to do with it. I might be completely wrong on that note, so... let's see. I'm pretty sure they collapse, or the slower tornado goes around and around the big tornado. I am a person, not an animal. We would sure hope so. Actually, no, that would actually be cool if you were an animal. Like, not one of those people who identified as an animal. No offense to them. But if you were like an actual animal, like, that'd be cool. One of the first streamer who actually has, I don't know, a chihuahua in the stream. I don't know. I couldn't think of an animal, to be honest with you. Couldn't think of an animal. Okay, so here's where it gets weird. I forgot to turn on 2. I should have did that, but I didn't. Oh wait, it still fixed itself. That's cool. Didn't expect it to do that. Read my chat, bruv. I'm pretty sure. I thought I read that one. The one about the slower tornado goes around the other one. And around the big tornado as a subvortex. Did I not read that one? I didn't read. I know I didn't read the subvortex one. But I thought I read that one. Let's see, you type really good for a horse, Cody. Yeah, Cody, if you had to be an animal, what animal would you be? Doc, you're funny. I am, from time to time. I do dabble. I dabble in the hilarious. Let's see, hey Bluey, do you have any knowledge about tornadoes? Bluey has knowledge about dang near everything. Like, he knows a lot about everything. Which I feel like is, like, one of the best traits to have. I feel like that is a really, really good trait to have, is to know a lot about... I wouldn't say everything, but a lot about... Wait. To know a little about a lot. That's how I was trying to word that. Sorry, that was weird to say. I don't know. I do. I've been in a few. I've been in one. Well, okay. We had 2 close calls, and my house actually got hit by one. Do I know anything about them? No, that's still Bluey's territory. But... Okay, so those 2 are done. I'm gonna go do the other 2 on the other end, and then we just do the up downs, and it'll be quick and painless. Stay away from a tornado. I would hope so. I'm smart, socially awkward. Those 2 are not. What's the word? I don't know the word. I've heard the word before. I know the word, and watch. The stream's gonna end, and I'm gonna think of the word. But mutually exclusive, I think it was the phrase. But I'm not I don't remember if I'm using mutually exclusive. Yes, that is what I'm pretty sure that's what it means. Mutually exclusive means to get. Yeah. No, wait. You know, see, this is why you don't use big words. This is, especially like if I can't spell a big word, bro. If I'm writing it down, I just won't even bother. Like, I will change the word that I'm trying to use if I don't know how to spell it. But this was back in the day when autocorrect wasn't super, like, it wasn't even a thing. Well, it was a thing, but it was like a common thing on your phone. Let's see. Okay, I didn't get that. If I want to be an animal, maybe a dog, any dog, but I prefer a golden retriever. But any dog, since I want to talk to my own dog. They missed us barely. Connected. Related. I wanted to use a big word, but both of those words work better than me using the word that I'm pretty sure I'm using incorrectly. So, we'll take that. We shall take it. Okay, let me do the second one across, and then we'll start our up downs, and then we'll knock this field out. Ah, yeah! Shite. I was doing so good. I forgot to lift these up. Which means we're probably gonna have that just random pool there unless I get a windrower. Which, you know, I might just actually just buy a windrower. But the one I want, of course, is gonna be the best one, which I think is 90K. The fact that I remembered the price is hilarious to me. I mean, I was close. I was off by 1,000, but why do I still have the lights on? No one told me to turn those off. I just had those on the whole time. Just blinding people. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. The steering assist just decided to say F you in particular for some reason. My eye itches. Okay. Let's see. You know, you guys, and I don't mind, it's actually really cool. You guys are chatting so much that even if this was directly within my eyesight of you, I still don't think I would be able to keep up. Which I'm okay with that. That's a fun problem to have. It's always going to be interesting because then I'll be like, wait, what the heck is going on? Because you guys will say something and then I'll have to like just join mid-conversation like, wait, what just happened? Okay. In fact, I have many times. See, wait, I saw electrolysis. See, hey doc, I was very skeptical about you being black when you told me. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, because you were here before I started actually showing my face. So you didn't know if I actually was black or not. And it's probably because my voice does not sound black. That sounds racist, and I don't mean it that way. I don't sound like what most people envision a black person should sound like. I understand you're racist. That's what I'm understanding. Let's see. I'm guessing from the words he was saying. Yeah, that's fair. Just pronunciation, voice tone. You sound black as fuck. Don't hate, sir. You're Canadian. Everybody's black compared to you guys. Bag it up. Yeet. Turn it. I'm glad I really did those two sections. It makes this part so much faster. So now I can just go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I think I'm gonna skip a row just so that way I don't have to keep hitting the brakes. By the way, remember to put oil in your brakes so it runs easier because oil makes things slippery. Yeah. Hold up, let me swing over here. Swing over here. Actually, I don't think I like skipping. I'm still gonna back up. I'm still gonna do it. So I don't think I like actually skipping rows. But it is what it is. You don't sound like an N-word. You feel. Okay. The fact that you said N-word and you feel in the same sentence is funny to me. Don't know why. You ever had those things that like make you laugh, but you can't explain to anybody why they make you laugh? I understand that sounds stupid, but yeah. Yeah, you mother. Okay, so yeah, I won't be doing that again. Thank you, Logitech. I appreciate you. Every other word isn't yo dog. You finna catch these fists. Okay, the catching fist part. But I do actually know a lot of people who say I in cuz. I haven't done it in forever, but one thing I noticed when I went to college, so I went to UAB, and I don't remember what their rating is, but at a certain point, UAB was like touted as one of the most diverse colleges in the world. I'm not sure. I don't remember actually looking at that statistic. They just told us that, and I think I just ran with it. The reason I say that is there are people who talk like how you would think. And I code switch because me and my brothers, we don't talk like everybody else. But there's a thing called code switching, which, I mean, I think almost every race does. Maybe not white people, but for the most part, I think every race does. Where you have your way of talking to your race, and then you have your way of talking, like, in a business setting. In which case, everybody has that type of code switch, I would think, where the way you talk in a business setting is not the same way you talk in a like around your family and friends. I think everybody has that type of code switch. I mean, I laugh when I say my brother's name. He talks, and that in English is fart. His name in English is fart. Wow, that messed up. Oh, gotta go. See ya, man. See ya. Let's see. I don't even care about the gangsta lingo. It sounds cool, not gonna lie. My thing is, I'm not sure. Well, maybe you have, but there are people you'll meet who it's like they're trying to force the lingo, if that makes any sense. And that part I find weird, but I don't care. I don't really judge them for it. I just carry on the conversation. I feel like it's almost like, not really, but it's almost like being able to speak another language. It's really not, but for example, I'm not sure if you guys, I wouldn't, but if you got the chance, you can Google or just YouTube or anything the Baltimore accent that's going around. I hope it's not real, because the stuff, no, it's not even English at a certain point. I just can't speak like that. Have a good night, Hash. Yeah, I call my friends bitches. I can't call people that at work. An extreme case of what I meant, but yes, you get a gold star. It technically meets the description. For sure, anyone faking the funk. Yeah, you can say exactly. Like, it's just weird. But I don't. Hey, if it's them, that's them. Like, I'm very insulting, funny towards my friends. Exactly. And that's another thing that I feel like it's just. How am I about to explain this? I can't say it's necessarily life, but there are definitely like people who do that. Like, that's how we communicate. Ooh, case in point. My girlfriend, when she came over, she was like, "Don't call your mother this." And I was like, "No, that's how we communicate." And as soon as I say that, my mom turns around and calls me something worse right back. And I was like, "See?" I was like, "This is how we communicate. We're always laughing and joking." Even when we were kids, we were always laughing and joking. We were not cursing at our parents at that time. But now that we're all adults, it's all kosher, which is actually cool, sort of how that dynamic works. As you get older, you sort of become, or I guess it depends, because I know some family dynamics is not really that way, but you can transition to be like friends with your parents. But yeah, I do understand that some dynamics are not like that. I'm just fortunate. But my best friend saved in my phone as, excuse me, I'm sorry, bitch tits McGillicuddy. I've never seen McGillicuddy written out, but I knew exactly, like, where's that from? Hold up, that's in a movie. I don't remember which movie. Well, no, it's not a TV show. I know it's not a TV show. It's a movie. McGillicuddy. I don't know. I remember hearing it in a movie. I think it's actually a name, but I remember hearing it in a movie, I think. And he knows that. I don't remember. It's from somewhere. Let's say I know I've seen it somewhere, but I think it's one of those things that unless I Google it, I'm not gonna be able to narrow down where it's from. Which is interesting how the brain works. There are some things to where you're like, I know I can remember this if I put some effort into it, and then there's other things that's like, nah, no matter what I do, it's not gonna, be remembered. I'm not gonna remember it. Let's see. Hold up. Okay, we're almost at, dude, that was a fast cut. Roughly 15 minutes, something like that, to cut the grass. And then all we gotta do is just pick it up and drop it off, which should be fairly quick. Yeet. Turn, fold. Oh wait, off fold, yep. Oh wait. Off fold. And then we're gonna take all of this and put it back on the inside. You know, I'm gonna try something. This is gonna be a bad idea. This is going to be a terrible, terrible, terrible idea, but I'm gonna try it anyway. And if it works, cool. If it doesn't, you know, hey, it is what it is. We tried something new and it didn't work. But if it does, hey. Oh, that is not what I meant to do. Let me pick that up. Okay, drop that. We're gonna go out this door. Let me read chat. We used to work for the same company at different branches. He used to use our freaking company same day courier to send me food in mixed CDs. That's all, dude. I've only made one mixed CD in my entire life, and then that sort of started like it was already dropping off the radar by the time I started making it. By the time I made mine, which I was like, okay, but yeah. Because his wife is a chef and mixed CDs were cool then, he made an employee drive over 2 hours round trip to deliver me homemade bread in a mixtape. Waste of company resources. No, it's not a waste of company resources. He was just out to get lunch. Was it for himself? No. Let's see. If you know how often he did it. Oh yeah, that was it. If he's doing it often, okay, probably. Still here. Hello, Cody. Hello. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I answered your question to that picture you sent, but just in case I didn't, it's console, so I would trust it, but I don't remember. Oh, I think I know what it is. So the reset password thing, it could be that they were trying to your password that you originally had no longer fits what they're using as far as like character amounts or something of that nature, and so they want you to create a new password to fit that. I think that's usually when you see something like that, like when a company like sort of I don't say forces you, but like ask you to reset your password. I mean, some companies, I guess, like that are really tight on security, wants you to change like every so often. Yeah, stay the course. Stay the course. Okay. It was enough to share with our crew. That's a lot of bread. No complaints from free bread. I'm not complaining. I shouldn't be eating so much bread, but free bread. Did I have bread earlier? I did not have bread earlier. Did I? What did I have bread? I did not have bread. No. Do you like cornbread? Who doesn't like cornbread? Actually, no, that's a serious question. Who doesn't like cornbread? Because that is. I'm not sure why I'm getting upset right now, but for some reason the thought of someone not liking cornbread just feels weird. I don't know why that's making me upset. It's irrational, I'll own that, but I stand by it. Someone not liking cornbread does bother me. Don't know why. It is what it is. Oh man, let's see. Oh man, I love fresh cornbread. She makes cornbread and the best baked beans you ever did see. We'd get a loaf of fresh bread, a slice or two for everyone with fresh butter. Why did I say butter with an R for some? Well, there is an R, but I said butter for a second. Let's see. I guess I could have just took it home, but why not share? Yeah, that's fair. Sharing your happiness. Cornbread. It's just one of those things you got. I'll say it. Like you can't. Like I genuinely can't see somebody not liking it. And does cornbread have gluten in it? I would assume so because it's bread. But if cornbread doesn't have gluten in it, that means people who are even who have gluten allergies could still eat cornbread. I don't think so. I think there is gluten in cornbread. I would assume because it's bread, but I'm not sure. Let's see. I've never said no to a piece of cornbread. No one does. No one does. First of all, cornbread, like, is it made everywhere? And like people don't really put it with everything. But when there is cornbread, you know for a fact you're gonna get it because it's sort of like mandatory with whatever you're eating it with, if that makes any type of sense. I don't care. Not super often here. It's kind of rare. I was gonna say it's kind of the same here. Like if you're eating cornbread, it's because you're eating it with a particular type of meal. Like we're either eating it with beef stew, we're eating it with what's that cabbage dish we make? I can't think of it. I can't think of the name of the dish, but it's like cabbage and there's meat in it and a bunch of other stuff in like pot. Let's see, we eat it with black beans or just beans in general. But it's like you're not eating that meal, like the meal that I'm talking about. You're not eating these meals frequently. So like I would say we probably have, like I remember growing up, we probably had cornbread like once every other month because the dishes it would go with, you know, like we weren't making it, but like once every other month. Let's see, if I go someplace that has it, and that's the weird part. I don't think there are many places. Okay, I stand corrected. As soon as I open my mouth, I just realized no, there are a decent amount of places around here that have like dinner and supper type stuff where they have cornbread. Let's see. Montana's restaurant has it, but it's not fresh. Ew. Well, if it's refrigerated and then heated up, I can understand. But just left out cornbread, no thanks. No thanks. I'll pass. I don't trust it. It's been years since I had it. My old coworker's wife made it and it was the best. Oh yeah, I just told you that. Hey, now you know how my brain works. It's like, oh yeah, just said that earlier. Like it's frozen in wait. So they make it fresh, freeze it, and then whenever someone asks for it, they like put it in a microwave or in a stove and then serve it. Because that I can get behind. That I can get behind. Well, hey Cody. Oh yeah. Wait, are you doing this at church? I just realized. Let's see. I assume a company makes it fresh and then sends it frozen in boxes. I don't know how I feel about it. I would have to taste it. Because frozen cornbread from a company, which means I'm assuming they're having to like ship it. I don't know. I was thinking like just made fresh that morning and we just put it in the refrigerator. We're not trying to necessarily freeze it. I think I said frozen earlier, but I meant like put it in the refrigerator. Let's see. I had the best meal in Rochester at some dinosaur rib barbecue place. Dude, dinosaur ribs. Okay, first of all, where do dinosaur ribs come from? These things are huge. Are they just cow ribs and we're just calling them dinosaur ribs? Why am I turning this direction? You know what? We'll allow it. Ooh, I actually kind of like this route. Skip 1, skip 2, circle back to the first skip and second skip. That's kind of cool. I like it. Steady flow. I'm here. Hello, Cody. It had good cornbread and ribs. Excuse me. I haven't had ribs in ages. The reason I don't have ribs often is the same reason I don't have wings often. I have boneless wings and chicken tenders all the time. Well, all the time meaning like probably twice a month. I do not like smelling. Okay. And this happened when I was a kid, often. Whenever I would get ribs, because ribs are delicious. Who doesn't like ribs? Whenever I would get them, I would have an issue. Am I getting this kind of flat? Yeah. We want this kind of flat. Yeah, we don't want it. Yeah. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. You know, you eat ribs with your hands. The smell will get on my hands. And like, no matter how much I wipe and washed my hands, like wiped with those little alcohol wipes and washed my hands, the smell would be on my hands for at least a few hours, no matter how much I wash. Like I would use like the scented soap that was like provided, and I would be like going ham, and my hands would still smell like it. Which isn't like a huge problem. It's just weird, and I never liked that. Plus they are messy, but I could get past the messiness. Well, because of that, I just didn't eat ribs often. That always bugged me. Which I understand is weird, but let's see. I believe it used real dinosaurs. They're pork, aren't they? I don't know. I'm just like, they're huge. Like these cows have to be ginormous. Like this is boar. Like I think boar is still considered pork, but like these are boar ribs. Like not pig ribs. Like these things are huge, or they're like just the biggest pigs they could find, because dinosaur ribs are freaking massive. Just put your fingers in your bum. They won't smell like ribs. You're not wrong, sir, but I think then we have another issue. Barbecue ribs are the best. And also, speaking of which, we always say barbecue ribs. Are there any other type of ribs? Because every time I have ribs, they're always barbecue. But I feel like by default, a lot of us say barbecue ribs. Are there other types of ribs? Oh, wait. I think I just answered my question. There is a chef on YouTube named Guga Foods, or his YouTube channel is Guga Foods. I think he made ribs one time, and I think he's Hispanic, but I don't know what specific culture. If I remember correctly, the ribs he made one time were not barbecue. From how everybody was tasting it, it sounded like they enjoyed it, but I don't think it was barbecue. So I think there are other types of ribs, but I think just by default in America, if you say ribs, everybody's expecting barbecue, I think. They're very messy. In Canada, we classify them by back and side. Different cuts. Back is more tender, typically. I don't think I ever cared about like tenderness on ribs. And that's the same thing with like steak for me. Like I love steak. I'll eat steak, but I don't notice too much the elegance and the tenderness and the fat ratio and da 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 da. For example, my girlfriend cooked me chuck eye steak. Well, apparently that's not one of the higher, grades of steak. I think the ones that most people like to do is like ribeye, and I think maybe a T-bone. I really don't know that much. But those are supposed to be higher quality cuts of steak. And I was eating, and I'm like, this is freaking delicious. Like I didn't care. And the weirdness to it, I understand, like depending on the cut, has more fat, in it, and so it tastes better, that buttery taste. But the problem with me is that I like stuff on top of my steak. I'm not just eating a regular salt and pepper steak. I mean, I can, but I don't typically do that. Typically there's something on it, like she put garlic butter on it. Freaking delicious. But there's other seasonings other than just salt and pepper, and so I don't ever really like taste the intricacies of the steak. As far as this one has a more buttery, this is a more tender, thing or whatever. Oh, you heard of baby back ribs? I have. I want my baby back ribs. Get in my belly. Doc, don't be mean. What do you mean? What did I do? Good ribs. The meat falls off the bone. Yeah, and then you can really just eat it with a fork at that point. Oh, apparently I missed some grass right here. Don't know how. Did we get that grass on the end? I don't think we got the grass on the end down here. Did we? I don't think we did. Okay, we're struggling to turn. Filet mignon. This is the best. HP sauce? I don't know what that is. I know what A1. I think A1 is like the most common steak sauce down here. Did we? I think we picked up the... Yeah, we picked... Okay, cool. We got the grass from down there, which is... fantabulous. Sheep steaks are HP sauce vessels. Filet mignon you eat with salt and pepper, and the flavor is insane. And see, and that's the thing. I just never had one, so I'm going to fold this and we're going to see how that works. We're going to see how this works. I don't anticipate this working super well, but we're going to try to turn. That was dumb. I think I put it too close to the front gate. I don't even think this is compacting because I'm adding stuff to it. Oh, no, it did. Actually, we got 11% compacting from that. I don't ask me how, but don't ask me how. Filet mignon, salt and pepper. This is the last stream I'm watching from you. Why? What did I do? What did I do? Cody, you're being too extra to relax. Yeah, it sounds like you're not enjoying church. That's what it feels like, Cody. It sounds like you're not enjoying church. Let's see, unfold this, turn it around, turn it around. Every now and then, uh-oh, bag it up, bag it up. Okay, go here, and then we're just gonna run over this. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. The good part is, since this one's more in a straight line, it just makes this process a little bit better, I think. Yeah, that was a 10% run as far as compacting. And then I'm just gonna sweep. Oh, woo, woo, hoo, hoo, woo, hoo, 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 ha. Sweep back around. Almost crashed. I guess I need to have it set to this and then just, yeah. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think tractors with tracks do a much better job of just running over and maneuvering over silage. So I'm thinking at some point I might buy a tractor with tracks. Had I thought about it, I would have gotten this earlier, but I didn't think about it clearly. And we get about 10% on each pass, which means how we laid this out was actually pretty decent, I think. Yeah, look at that. We get about 10% on each pass. That's good. Which means we just gotta do 6 more. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's see, what am I missing? I missed a lot. I see Battlefield, but I'm not gonna abandon the channel because he isn't playing a game I like. I'm joking, take a chill. That was a terrible and stupid joke, and you should feel bad for making it. What the heck? Let's see. Let's see. Remember to stay hydrated. Oh yeah, I should probably actually do that. Let's see, which is totally a joke, Cody. I'm only messing with you. No, Blowy's a bully. You should know that. Blowy's never joking. He means everything he says because he's a bully. No, he's joking. If he's mean joking, it's probably because he's chill with you. Yeah, I'm gonna go because of. I wonder how's everybody doing in school. I know it's probably what, the second full week of school, probably for most people. I am curious. Let's see. Doing good, doing good, doing good. Okay, so I'm noticing it's no longer getting about 10%. I think that's about 9-ish%. Also, I wonder if getting the whole thing matters. I think you said that, Bluey. I'm staying. Cody reminds me of like the annoying little brother. It's like, since you don't want me here, I am staying. Let me turn around. I technically never graduated high school. What do you mean? Skip graduation to go Jesse. No, that still counts. That still counts. You graduated, you just didn't go to the ceremony. That's like not going to prom. You're still a senior or a junior, depending on some schools. think some schools you can go if you're a junior. I think you can technically go if you're a freshman, but you have to be invited or something. Like you have to go with a senior, I think is how that works. I don't know. I didn't go to my prom. Let's see. I got a diploma. Yes, yeah. See, how was that? Yeah, everybody got it. See, I got 2 B's and an A. That's good. That's good. Keep it up. If you can get through the Christmas break, the second half of school year goes by quickly. Goes by. Well, actually, no. The second half of school. I guess it depends. The first half of school goes by so quick because you got Thanksgiving break and Christmas break. The second half of school actually goes by kind of slow because you kind of got to wait until March. And then, because March is spring break. And then once you get to March, okay, it's done. That's actually pretty fast silage compacting this time. So we did good. So our little trick here, I guess, worked. We didn't have to do as much backing up and stuff. So that was actually really good. That was actually really, really fast. So I'm gonna try to do that from now on. Make a little path like that. But yeah, if you can make it, the second half of school is a bit slower until you become a senior, because seniors, at least at our school, graduated early. I think roughly 2 weeks earlier than everybody else. So you would have, if you could make it to March where spring break was, you can make it to spring break, and then from there, you just have to chill for a second, you know. I'll let that drop right there. That drop right there. I'm gonna back up right here. Back up right here. Oh, dodge that tree. Let's see. But jet skiing is awesome. I've never been. Never really done much in water. I mean, I swim. I swim in the lake before. Been in the ocean, but this part we were in sort of like the Gulf, and the specific section we were in the Gulf, the water looked like brownish, like sewage brownish, and I was like, I'm not putting my face in this. Like, I stood in it for about maybe a minute, and I'm like looking at it, I'm like, here's what made me notice it. When we went down there the first day, it wasn't that color. And then we went down there the second day, and it was that color. No, not the second day. Second time, because we've been there twice. So the first time, not the second day. The first time we went down there, which was like X amount of years ago, the water looked a certain color. Fast forward a few years, we went back again, and the water looked sewage brown. I was like, don't think it's supposed to look like this. So there was that. We probably need to put fuel in this thing, but we'll wait. Let me go check on the job. I guess the job is a good, fast, easy way to get some more money as well. So I might just keep doing that, especially since we still have not found a way to, we can apply! Even though it's 11 months, we can apply! Whoop-de-whoop. New job. I guess in fairness, it makes sense. We installed the employment mod late. So that actually makes sense as to why. That makes sense, actually. That makes sense. I was wondering, well, like, how haven't we gotten to that point yet? And da-da-da-da-da. We didn't install the employment mod as soon as we started. What the heck was that? I see random dust particles in the back of the screen. Like, I can't be the only one seeing that. It's supposed to be rain? Is it raining? I don't know what that is. Let me see. We got time, so I guess I can fast forward. Let's go here, let's go here, let's go here, let's work the job. We'll go until that. Okay, I missed a lot. The rest is A's. 2 B's and the rest is A's. See, here in Canada, it gets so cold and we get so much snow, they cancel school twice a week in the winter because the buses won't run. I would think you guys would have like all the resources to keep it running, essentially. That's not really what I mean, but you know what I mean. But I would assume because you guys live in that type of environment that you guys would be like have the tools and stuff. But then again, I do understand it probably snows so much there's nothing you can do. Doc and Bluey. Let's see, I sent you pictures, and you know I'm not gonna look at it until after stream. Cody's doing hella good in school. That's what I say. He is. He really is. School starts at 9. Plows go out at 8. That makes sense. A lot of roads to go. Yeah, I'll say, like, I always, no, I can't say always. There was a movie called Home Alone, which I think everybody has seen, but when I was watching, I think there were snowplows in that movie, if I'm not mistaken. But when I was watching the snowplows and stuff in the movie, I was like, geez, like, how long does it take for it to actually go through the process? Hold on. Well, I was gonna check out the silage, but we'll just keep working, get some more hours, get some more money. Let's see. And the buses don't pick up. No, wait, don't pick people up in town. It's out in the country where the snow is like 6 feet deep. So the buses are just. Okay, is it possible that you guys can get stronger engines for the buses, right? Just a better overall platform, and then attach a plow or a 3-point attachment system to the front of the bus, so that way it can pretend to be a plow. I was gonna say pretend, but that's not really the word I'm looking for. Let me go back to the house for a second. I'm gonna check on the silage. It shouldn't. I think I need to actually go forward a month, but I just want to make sure. Yeah, okay. So we're good. We're good to just... Ooh, crap. I just realized I need to look at the field. Everything good, everything good, everything balanced. Okay, so nitrogen probably should be... That area is always weird. What? There's no soil. What? But then we go over here and it works. What? How does that? I think I'm just gonna wait till next month to start putting stuff down, because it's weird, I think. Right. What is the yield? Does it tell me what the yield is before having to... I guess, okay, so I guess it has to fully be oh no, it does. It still does. 114. Yeah. I don't know if there's a way to like beef that up or anything. Would be lovely if there was, but let me go back to this place and we'll fast forward some, and then I'll read. This is just let's see. But they don't. Our plows are nuts. They have trailers, and the rear wheels on the trailer steer. Similar to American Truck Simulator. I think there's Euro Truck things that do that as well, but I don't know for sure. Man, we're gonna get a decent amount of money this month just working this job, which is fantastic. There's a long blade down the length of the trailer, and they drop the plow and turn the wheels on the trailer. Turns it out sideways, and they drive in formation like a V, like a flying V. One truck can do 4 lanes. That is massive. That is legitness. Wonder where that kid is now. That's legitness. I need to drink my water. It's a transport truck. Transport trucko. I'm not gonna lie, the raise was worth it. The raise was worth it. We're getting money. I think last months we were fast forwarding, I got about 12K in total. We got 18K. We haven't even fast forwarded into the next month like we did before, which is great on us. Plus, we only need 8 hours max, so if we can get to 8 p.m. the next day, we'll have our 8 hours already for the following month already, you know. Haven't you seen that meme? They refilmed it 3 times, all at different angles. It's awesome. His teeth got fixed. I have not seen the newest one though. So you're saying what's the word I don't want to say redid. They 20. We just got 20K for, bro. The money's about to start ramping up. The money is about to start ramping up. Let me check on the field real quick, because it should be time to do more stuff. Yeah. Okay, so what is it that I need to do? There's no data down here, which I don't understand how that works. There's no data down there, so it is what it is. But down here, oh, looks like we don't have to do anything. Looks like everything's good. I think I'm gonna leave it. Also, like how it shows the expected yield, like the tonnage, the tons per hectare. I do like how it does that at the same time. That's kind of cool. Very useful. I don't think we have silage yet. I think we gotta wait one more day. Let's see. Ages. The original kid was like 8. The second, okay, so they really actually did one when he was 5. And the third, he's an adult. Such an epic meme. Yes, legitness. Let's see, go back here. I'm gonna be honest, this is how we're gonna rack up a decent amount of money pretty quickly. Oh, well, relatively quickly, I think. Because I feel like this is actually pretty good, especially since we can't harvest in December anyway, but essentially cut grass, work the job, fast forward, cut grass, work the job, fast forward, and we just keep doing that. And imagine when we get to higher tiers of employment, like down here, like if I can get to manager, once we get to manager, oh, we're insane. Because I think I already have a bachelor's degree, if I'm not mistaken. So we technically, not technically, we don't have to do any more studying. You can go higher, but it's not gonna do anything for you. I think it should be time to open this, I think. Hello, Cody. Snow. See, like it's near and oh, we can open that one. You know, it's just weird. You know, it's not consistent with where it wants to open. So we've essentially opened it from the front and the back, but then once I take this bucket, I'm hoping it does what I think it will. I didn't pick it up. I thought it did. Okay, so we'll go here, and if we just turn it and drop it somewhere near, like right about here. So I'm gonna turn it this way. We're just gonna, just like that. Look at that. Whole thing's open, and all we needed was a bucket. A bucket. The almighty rust bucket, not to be confused with Plankton's rust bucket. Oh hell, the chum bucket. Oh yeah, it's a chum bucket, not the rust bucket. LOL. Let's see, I don't think we can actually take it anywhere, which is kind of nice because, let's see, silage is still selling at a plus. Okay, I think this map is just weird with silage, or maybe it's precision farming that's doing that. But every time we've gone to sell stuff, it's always been on a green, at least the silage anyway. It's always been on the uptick, which is good for us. I'm not complaining. It says we're gonna get 2.3K. We're gonna get more because of our environmental score, which I hope is still high. Hey, look, Kale's here. What's up, Kale? Let's see, yeah, our environmental score is still 100, which is fantastic. You know, I'm gonna be honest, working with grass makes it, precision farming is not that bad. It's not that bad, and unless there's other stuff that I'm not aware of that we're gonna have to do when we start doing like wheat and stuff, it's not that bad. And by other stuff, I mean like, so far we do lime and we do, what is it, fertilizer. If there is something else we have to do with like wheat and stuff, like if there's, like if we have to spray for herbicides, even if there, wait, if you have to spray herbicide, even if there isn't weeds and stuff, okay, maybe, you know. Also, I do know oilseed radish can get us a little bit of extra money in these winter months. I just don't care to replant everything and then do it all over again. Like, it just doesn't seem worth it to me, so I'm not gonna. Let's see. Still sick, but hopefully I get better tomorrow. Of course you will. It sucks. Everybody gets sick. Everybody's getting sick. It's also probably because it's like the first few weeks back at school. Your immune system has to adjust to everybody coming in with whatever sickness that they may or may not have, whether they are aware of it or not. Like, some people are sick, but they're asymptomatic, you know? So, I think we only got one place to go, the animal dealership, right? Yep. Let's see, get better soon, I pray. Same. What grade? Yep, everybody's in 9th grade. Heck, one of my clients that I'm training is a 9th grade baseball player. Well, he also played football. I don't think he's playing this season. He's not playing football this season. He played, I think, in 8th grade, and then now he's switching to high school. He's not playing. So. But he seems like a cool kid. Drop this stuff here. Look at the money as it ticks up. We're supposed to get 10.3k, but the environmental stuff I think is going to give us. It's supposed to be 10,269 if I remember the number correctly. But the environmental score is going to give us some extra stuff. Yep, almost a whole nother 1,000 essentially. The environmental score rewarded. It definitely makes it worth it. Look, we're almost at 100k, which is also something else that's really cool. I think we started the stream with about 40 or 50. Someone's probably going to correct me on that. But I could have swore we started with about 40 or 50. So the fact that we're at 90 something now, we've doubled the amount of money we had, which I think is phenomenal. Oh, I missed some. We'll go back and pick that up. It's just phenomenal. And then again, like I said, the more silage we get, the more money we make, the more money, especially with doing this process, because as the years go by, we're going to get bigger, better jobs, which are going to allow us to get more money as well. So, yeah. And then once we have enough money, essentially once we get our 3 point something K, we're going to buy another field, which should, now, I say it's going to make everything go faster, but I might be right, I might be wrong. Essentially, the cutting of it is going to slow us down. The cutting and the picking up of the stuff. And I feel like it's going to add essentially another 15 minutes to the harvest. But I think it'll be worth it. Actually, it may not even add 15 minutes. Because this time we're going to be going east to west on the up downs, which means it's going to be a lot longer straights. So I feel like it'll be good, I think. Okay, bunker silos empty. Let's go ahead and take this stuff on back. Take it all back. Take it all back. Take it all back. Let's see. We have our first game Friday. Won't play, but I'll be there because you're sick. Yeah. Yeah, understandable. I have a C in math and a B in earth and space. And the rest are A's. A C in math, sir. There's no way you can have a C in math when your favorite streamer is a math teacher. Or was. Well, technically I'm still certified. I just don't teach it anymore. I'm still certified till 2026? I think August 2026. No, I got recertified, so it's 2027. And I think that's how it works. 2 years? I think it's 2 years. Most positive it's 2 years. Okay, that's 4,000 plus that. Okay, so let's check our money. So this month we've made 11,781. Good. That's almost 12,000 just from doing solids, which is great. it was a test the first week. I hate doing that. I refuse. Like, okay, I'm not gonna be honest. I did give tests the first week. I'm gonna be honest with you there. I did give tests the first week, but what I didn't tell the students until after they took it is that the test is just to see where everybody's at. I tell them it's a test that they actually try, but it's not a test for accuracy grade. It's a test so I can see where everybody is, how they're struggling on certain concepts, and so I know when we actually get into the lessons what areas people may be struggling at. They may not remember fully, they might need a little bit of a refresher, things of that nature. Essentially makes my job a little bit easier knowing where they struggle instead of just starting the lesson and then guessing as the lesson goes. But that's neither here nor there. I still need to put fuel. I need to put gas in this thing. I'm not gonna. I need to put. No, I need. I'm not. You know what? Let's go ahead and put it. I'm not sure why I was just like second guessing that like 1,000 times. But yeah, let me go ahead and put fuel in this thing. Peasants were right here, literally. Takes no time. So you can help us on math homework. I don't mind actually. Is okay. As long as the problem isn't the problem that you have to send me a picture of, right? Like if you could type the problem out in chat, that's fine. I'll do that. But if it's like a picture one, nah. Because typically if it's a picture one, odds are it's probably gonna be a word problem. And the word problem, students have to get better at solving word problems. Word problems aren't extremely difficult. Heck, some word problems are more open-ended than they need to be because they're just bad questions. But students have to get better at those on their own. Plus, I'm also not going to be checking my phone during stream unless like it's an emergency. Like my phone is lighting up right now. What is it? Nothing major. Nothing major. Okay, let me save. I'm not leaving, but I just need to save. And then we're gonna go back to the job. Back to the job. We need to work, we need to get this money. Especially since we can't, I don't think we start harvesting grass again until January, I think. Yeah, we did both, LOL. Gauth? Gauth? I don't know what that is. 10 to the 10th power. All that is 1 with 10 zeros, if I'm not, let me make sure I remember that correctly. Because 10 to the second power is 10 times 10, which is 100. So 2 zeros. So yeah, all that is 1 with 10 zeros behind it, whatever that is. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that is this 1,000 million. That's 10 billion. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's a million. So the next one, yeah, it's 10 billion, I think. It would be 10 with 10 zeros. It should be 1 with 10 zeros. And the way I try to remember it is that if you do 10 to the second power, that is saying 10 times 10. Well, 10 times 10 is 100, and there's 2 zeros. So the number of zeros matches the index. So since it's 10 to the 10th power, it should be 1 with 10 zeros. There's another way that a teacher tried to teach it to me, and I didn't like the way they did it. 10 billion, so I'm right. And she said it's 10. It's 10 with the index, or that exponent with the index. Well, I guess it wouldn't be index, it'd just be exponent. With the exponent minus 1 zeros. You're still gonna get the same thing, because 10 with 9 zeros behind it is the same as saying 1 with 10 zeros behind it. But I'd rather say 1 with 10 zeros, because that way I know 10 matches whatever the exponent says. So if you say exactly 10 to the 100th power, I know that's 1 with 100 zeros behind it. I don't know what that would be, because it took me a second to get to a billion. So with 100 zeros, I'm not even sure if that's actually a number. I know it's probably not gonna fit on the screen, and I'm pretty sure Stream Elements is probably gonna have a fit if you do it, but I don't know. Let's get these hours in. We gotta get this money. Gotta get this money. So essentially with the process that we're doing, another year's cycle in game, we should, I guess, in theory, have enough to buy that next piece of land. And also by that point, get another raise. That's something else. 1 to the 40, that's just 1. That's just 1. 1 to any power is just 1. It is not. It is not 46. 1 to the 46 power, saying 1 times 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 1, a total of 46 times. Well, 1 times anything is just it's just that number. But if you're doing 1 times itself a bunch of times, it's still just 1. So it's just 1. Even 1 to a negative power or negative exponent. Let me make sure that's right. Should still be 1, yeah. Unless I made a mistake. Let me make sure. Yeah, still 1. Because the negative exponent just changes from where you do your math. Or this is 46. Yes, 46 to the first power is 46. Because it's just saying, essentially you're saying how many times is this times stuff? Well, that's 46 times 1, essentially. So, it's just 46. Now, if you do, let's see, anything to the 0th power is 1, but that is some high school math that you guys are going to learn. Let's see, I think in algebra, maybe algebra 1, but if I remember correctly, well, Alabama's education system might be different than everybody else's. So, but in algebra, whether it be 1 or 2, you will learn that anything to the 0th power is 1. And the reason, I can explain it to you, but I would need to get my whiteboard from over there and I can actually show it to you why it's 1. And I love explaining why it's 1, because if you just like tell someone, let's say 4 to the 0th power is 1, they're like, that makes no sense. If you're saying there are 0 4s, how the heck is it 1? And that's because when we were explaining it the first way, we were just explaining the basics of how exponents work. If I say 2 to the 3rd power, I'm saying 2 times 2 times 2. And that's just the basic, easiest concept and the way to get it. But when you say 4 to the 0th power, especially when you start doing negative exponents, your understanding of it has to get a little bit broader. And I love explaining it because when I show it like on the board to students and they get it and it clicks, it's awesome. Because it's one of those things that I feel like students love it when it actually clicks, because it just makes sense. I think I don't know. It makes me feel good when they get it, and especially when students can regurgitate and like tell me why it is the way it is, it makes it even better. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, rounded to the 100th place. That would be 1,123,456,800. 700 is the answer? Bro, I don't think you know how to do math. I don't think that's how it works. We're about to get 20K in this 1 month, which is fantastic. Okay, so we can harvest grass whenever, apparently. I'm just goofy on that. I thought it was, so you can harvest grass whenever as long as it's ready to be harvested, but it's not ready to harvest, so it is what it is. We'll do to, yeah, 830. 700 is the answer. I don't think your math teacher did it like that. I think you missed something. I think you probably fell asleep, because no, that is not how that works. That is not how that works. Let's see, I have a suggestion for your YouTube channel. Ooh, don't tell me in chat. Don't tell me in chat. Since you're in the Discord, I'm pretty sure there is a feedback. I'm not gonna check it right now, but I'm pretty sure there's a feedback and suggestion channel in the Discord thing. You can leave it there. Because so far nobody's used it yet. Actually, if you guys want to recommend games, recommend it there. Because here's the reason why I'd rather you guys do it there. Because I think I've had like 2, maybe 3 people suggest Motor Town, but I have all these different messages. If you guys all put it in the feedback and suggestion thing, and you guys like, you see somebody else say, hey, stream Motor Town, right? And then 2 other people like, yeah, stream Motor Town. I can visually see right there, hey, a lot of the people who watch me want me to play this game. So if you guys want me to play certain games, put that information there. 1, because it'd be cool. But 2, because I can actually, use that information. Uh-oh, my score has dropped. Why did it drop? What did I do? Why is that black? Outdated data? What does that mean? Oh, we gotta purchase soil information? So, what? So you're telling me, oh, this is actually really cool. Economic analysis. Huh. That's kind of cool. I don't really know how to read all this. It's interesting vehicle maintenance, and it's doing it per hectare. And the fuel that goes into it, the herbicide, the seeds, the fertilizer. Okay, so that's cool. So it's tallying up all the cost we're having to put into the field versus the earnings. Now, I don't think the earnings is 100% correct, because the yield, it's going with grass. It's not counting that grass being turned into silage. So even though it says we're losing money, we're not actually losing money, we're gaining money. But I still like how that works. So what I'm thinking is this information is also going to become outdated soon. So I didn't know data could become outdated in this game, which is interesting. I didn't know that was a thing. And actually that explains why this section was turning darker than these 2 sections, which is actually really freaking cool. So I'm actually just gonna go ahead and just buy these while I'm here. Yeah, it's gonna cost me money. It is what it is. I'd rather just buy it. Yep, that's exactly what happens. Okay, I didn't know that. Didn't know you needed to do that. That's cool. And so essentially every month you're gonna have some fees and stuff. I left my suggestion in it. Read my suggestion after stream. I will. I'll also check out that picture after stream. I think that's one thing I'm gonna get into a habit of doing, is checking Discord after stream. Dude, we have definitely made a lot of money. We've made a lot of money. Essentially every month in game we're getting 20k roughly. Well, actually a little bit less because of the first section, but either way, our money is starting to ramp up. The job is helping, as well as silage. It got us about 12k, so we're getting about 11.7 something, I think. So we're getting money. It's working. Write it down in your notes, check messages. I think I'm just gonna start leaving an alarm in my phone. That's probably easier for me. And then after a few streams, it'll just become like second nature, and I'll just get in the habit of checking. Because that is one thing I don't do often is check Discord, and it's only because I'm one person, and a lot of people are trying to message me through Discord or through personal training and a bunch of stuff. There's a lot of messages to go through, and so sometimes I forget to check certain things. But I do try to stream. I even told my employers, like, hey, I can't be here till a certain time because I gotta stream. But I'm also doing really good, I think, at BT. I got a decent amount of clients. I have a decent amount of new clients set up to come in. So I think it feels like I'm doing good. We won't know till I get that first paycheck and I can tell exactly how much money I'm doing, which I do expect to be low because I don't have a full influx of clients yet, but I'm getting them. Let's see, I'm an adult in 6 years. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. You know, I understand, like, kids hate hearing the phrase, like, stay young as long as possible or whatever the saying is. But when you become an adult, life gets harder. And the better you plan for it when you're a kid, the easier life gets after. Well, I guess not always, but I would say typically it does, I guess. Oops. You're here. You're here. Do you think I'm going to have kids? I mean, that anybody can have kids. I mean, yeah. Like, anybody can have kids. The question is, are you going to do right by them and raise them properly? I think that's the kicker. You know. Oh, it's January? I didn't realize it was January 7th. Oh, Lord. Is our grass ready to cut? It's not. Okay, cool. So we can keep fast forwarding and just keep making money. Again, we're making like 20K every month. Like, it's great. We're making 20K. I want one boy and one girl. That's cool. It's always interesting hearing, like, when people do, like, say they want kids, the numbers that they think, or like the number of kids that they want. It's not always different, but it can differ from people to person, which is kind of cool. I like that. Very interesting. Is the grass ready to cut? I hope not. It's not perfect. You know what that means. More job stuff. Which means we got a whole nother month of just racking up money. Like, you see what I'm saying? So, like, this is what I'm talking about. The money ramping up. It's ramping up. I could have swore we started with like 40K at the start of the stream. Now we're at like 100 and something K. So it's ramping up drastically. We might be able to get one more harvest in before the end of stream, which is good. And since now we're in this rhythm, we can just keep doing this over and over again. We can just keep racking it up, keep making some money. Bang, 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 boom. We'll have that 300 and something K in no time. At this rate, we'll have it in no time. I think we're about to have like 150, maybe before the end of the stream, possibly. Doubt it. Oh yeah, because we might not fast forward. We might not have time to fast forward. But this is good. This is good. We've planned well. We're making money. Whew. I still would like to have the crone, the big M. But I mean, we can't afford it. We can't afford it. And it just is what it is. It's not the end of the world if we can't afford it. It just genuinely is what it is. But I in my head, as soon as we get that bigger field, as soon as we get field 22, everything, like, in my head, I'm just picturing like all hell breaking loose. We're just gonna have so much money coming in. Essentially, well, I say so much, I'm probably wrong in that regard, but I feel like we should more than double the amount of money we have coming in, since that field is more than let me just pull it up. But I think field 22 is already bigger than the current field we're on. Excuse me. Did you get my message in chat? The one you said you want one boy, one girl. I thought I read that. Yeah, I got that one. I read it. I did indeed. I did read that indeed. Like, look, like, okay, so field 22 is, does it say how big it is? The field is 4.69 hectares. This one is 0.65. This one is 0.58. This is 0.6. I would love to do that math. I can do this math in my head, I think. 0.6, we'll just do 0.6 times 3. 0.6 times 3 is 1.8. Okay, so we got 5 additional and 2 minus, so 3 additional, so 1.83. So 1.83 hectares with all 3 of these fields. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. 1.83 hectares with all of this, with this entire situation, right? 1.83 hectares. But then you go to this guy that is 4.69. That's more, actually, I stand corrected. That's more than 3 times the size of these fields combined. It's 1.83 times 2. That's wrong. That's not 3. 1.83 times 2 is 36.6. No, 3.66. Adding another 1.8 to that puts me at 5.49. So a little too big, unless I probably missed that math somewhere. I do find it interesting, if you look at it, the amount of silty clay versus loam. I think the yield is going to be, and it says 101, which is interesting, but it is for a different crop, I think. This is interesting. I don't think I've seen sandy loam yet, but I do know the more loam you have, the better. The more loam you have, the better. Now, the sandy loam, I'm not sure if that matters too much, but I think loam is better. Loamy sand might be the best. I don't know, but I do know my field down here that has more loam than silty clay has a way higher yield than these two that have more silty clay than loam. That's a whole lot of me saying a whole bunch of gibberish that only makes sense to people who use precision farmer. You sent another. Which one? Okay, the ones I see is read my suggestions after stream, write it down in your notes. I'm an adult in 6 years. Do you think I'm going to have kids? Which I said yes. Well, I didn't necessarily say yes. I said I think anybody can have kids. The question is whether or not you're going to raise them well. And then you said I want one boy and one girl. And I went into a small rant about how I'm like, it's interesting how different people want, different amounts of kids, and which ones they want. Like some people are like, oh, I want 3. I want 2 boys, 1 girl. I want all boys. I want all girls. And then everybody has different preferences between what they want, in kids. It doesn't really matter, because I think you'll take what I would hope you take what the Lord gives you. But and then you said I sent you a message. What I said? Oh, you mean Discord? Because I'm not reading it. Not reading it. We made another 22K. We're at 150. Yeah, we've made 100K in this stream, which is good. We've made a lot of money. Okay, time to harvest. Will we have enough time for? Oh yeah, we'll have enough time. Enter vehicle. We'll have enough time. We should have enough time to, at the bare minimum, cut everything. Now, whether or not we'll have enough time to do the silage and everything quickly, I don't know. But as long as I follow my technique, it should move relatively fast, I think. And we got a system. We got a system down, so everything should be good. I'm anticipating it being too difficult. Fold. Fold. And we gotta do the same thing we did last time, which is go down here, start on this end. I miss you doing the temple. I hated doing the temple, I'm gonna be honest. I was doing the temple because of like my own like completionist sort of mentality, but it was just taking too long and it didn't get anywhere. Well, it's not even a matter of whether or not it did or didn't get anywhere. I think the main issue with me, and I think I've mentioned this in like past streams or whatever, I don't know if it got anywhere. Like, I don't know what phase or how many more steps on the temple I might have had. Like, I could have had one more step and I don't know, you know? And that bugs me. I just would have been going forever and not knowing if I'm actually close to being done with it or not. Which is weird because I think in real life, if you're working on building a project, I think you know when you're close to being done with the project. Like, I think you even have, even before you start, an estimate on what materials are going to be needed to purchase. Now, you might have to buy extras because you didn't buy enough to begin with, but still, the general idea or like the estimate of what you'll need, I think everybody knows. Okay. Bag it up. Let's line her up. Let's go here. Bag this up just a little bit. Just go on through. If you got another suggestion, put it in a thing. Put it in a thing. And I think after so many months, I'm going to clear the suggestion thing. If the information isn't being used or something like that. Like if the suggestion was for Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell multiplayer, it's like, okay, like yes, but no at the same time. Like, could I play it? Sure. Is anybody gonna watch it or play it? Probably not, unless you're a PC person. Because heck, even trying to buy the game is gonna be weird for some people. Yeah, we definitely have to come back on this end, which I'm okay with. Remember that you can see a list of commands by typing. Also, I'm probably gonna make it a little bit less common that it will say that stuff as frequently. Let me grab this little section. Yeet. Doo-doo-doo-doo. This, drop that, perfect. And now we're just going. Keep mowing. I'm not gonna lie, again, I feel like we're pretty fast. Like it's okay. So we pretty much finished the headlands, and it only took us about 5 minutes, and that includes the time it took us to pick up the headers and stuff. Because that is something we always gotta include in the time that this takes, is that we gotta pick up the stinking headers, you know. Okay, but now this is all set, so we just gotta start mowing now. Piece of cake. piece of cake. Okay, so we go like this, drop that. Uh-oh. Now we're just going. We're just going. Don't even gotta think. So I don't think we're actually gonna get to the compacting silage. I mean, I'm still gonna do it, but I don't think we're gonna finish compacting the silage within the time allotted to us. But we should be fine. We should be fine. Turn. I know I said I was gonna do my technique of, well, I say technique, I'm not sure if that's the word. But turn this, straighten that up. Let it do its thing. Because again, that backing up thing takes time. I think we should. It's the compacting that takes a second. But in fairness, we did, like I said, we did much faster job compacting. Because I think how the game does it is that it just goes based on a, like a timer, like a little, not a timer, but like how the distance traveled over the chaff to compact it. I think that's how it's compacting. Like the distance traveled while being on top of chaff and the weight of your vehicle. I feel like those are the things that affect it. You might like the second suggestion. We'll see. But I feel like those are the leading things that dictates the speed at which the silage is compacted. Which, if that is the case, yay us. If not, okay, well, whatever. But I do feel like genuinely how we did it the last time, we got through it super, super fast. Super, super fast. And next stream, again, we're going to fly through months really quickly. We're going to, uh-oh, I need to go this way. I almost messed up the direction I needed to travel. I need to go this way. But yeah, everything's going to be good. We're gonna rack up money pretty quick, and maybe one, maybe 2 streams we'll have the money we need to buy that next field, which, hey, we're gonna start making some money. I'm really looking forward to it. One question. What's your question? What is your question? Is question in Spanish problema? I don't think it is, because that sounds like problem. But I don't think, I feel like that is the beginner Spanish way of saying question, but I don't know. Yep. What is your one question, sir? The base game maps you played on? Yes, Pantai and what's the American one called? Riverbend Springs, I think. Yes, I've played on those. I still have not played on the German map. Excuse me. How much more of this we got? Oh, not a lot. Not a lot, and we'll have about 2 minutes left. I played all 3. Which one's your favorite out of 3? Out of Pantai, Riverbend Springs, and I still don't know how to pronounce the last one. Heck, I barely know the name of it. I think it's not no. I was gonna say Zelkova, but Zelkova is actually one of the trees in the game. One of the trees I hate the most, actually. Well, I don't hate it the most. It gives you a lot of money, but it's also really freaking big. And so it just takes a second. It just takes a second for it to give you stuff. Start with a Z. So it is a Z. It's not Zelkova. Zelkova, I think, is the name of the tree. I think it's like ZH or something is the name of the thing, I think. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday. Who do I have? I think I got one client later that night. I do need to, well, if it's the one later at night, I can be efficient with my time. That's the thing, just being efficient. My favorite is the first and third. So you don't like the Pantai map? I don't really mind the Pantai map. The only reason I think I have so many hours on the Pantai map, and the reason why it was the map I chose, is because you've played Farming Simulator 22. Rice wasn't a crop in Farming Simulator 22. And so I was like, well, it's a new crop, let me get on the map with the new crops. It also gave you those greenhouses that was making the stuff automatically. Well, not, I say automatically, it was making the stuff needed to do stuff. I'm thinking about getting greenhouses. If I can do like an automatic sprinkling system and then just have it sell the stuff for me, that could also bring us in some money. But if I am going to do that, I'm going to wait until after we buy the big field, just because I want to get to the big field as quickly as possible. Can you look at the third map? What is the name? I don't know. I'll have to look at it after stream. But, I don't know. The fact that you've seen it, bro, I applaud you. I still haven't been on. I don't have, let's put it this way. Once we reach our, like, end goals on Nadenthal, I might go back and try that map. But, like, the #1 maps I think I've seen people play, like, online, if it's not a modded map, I think is Riverbend Springs. I think that's the most common one I've seen. But yeah, the German map or the Pantai map, I don't think I've seen a lot of those maps. But everybody's using modded maps and stuff during their demonstrations of certain things. Yeah, I'll check. I shall check at the end. Okay, done, fold. Oh wait, go up. Done, fold. Okay, everything is good. Okay, so we're gonna head back. We're gonna drop these off. Okay, we'll leave that right about there, actually. That's pretty good. And then we'll back up. And whoop. And we'll go on in here. I'm a bit crooked, so let's try to straighten that up a little bit. Oh, too far back. Drop it. Okay. We need that silo or silage compactor, so we're gonna dodge that tree. Yeah, dodge the house. Yeah, dodge this other tree. Yeah, and then just back straight up. Yay. That was faster than I needed it to be, but it worked. I think most people like watching Farming Simulator in third person, which is the one thing. Like American Truck Simulator, I prefer to drive first person. But in fairness, in that game, you can move slower. That's kind of weird to say, but you have time. You actually have to stop at intersections, things of that nature. Tell me why. Tell you why what? See, yeah, we'll probably run over time by a little bit, but that is fine. I need to go here, drop that down, go here, lift that up, go here, like this. That's all we gotta do is go through and pick all the stuff up like that. I might have missed a little bit back there, but I'll double check that later. I want the way. Wait, tell me way. Tell me why. What? Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying it. Okay. Eat. Go here. Spinning around. Yep. And these should be pretty easy to pick up because we don't actually have to rearrange anything, so it should go pretty quickly, I think. Yeah, this one. I got you. It took me a second. Because sometimes your typing is not on point, and so I gotta like really focus up when I'm reading yours. When we get to the end, I'll try to start right about here. Yeah, and then we'll just swing on through. Oh, we missed some. Of course I did. Oh, it's fine. It's not really an issue. Is it inconvenient? Slightly, but not really a problem. Not a problem. Not a problem. I want to get a second base cam. That's what I want to do, so that I can have one for my other setup over there. Because if I can, that just makes it a little bit convenient for me. But I am really looking forward to Battlefield 6. I feel like a lot of people will like it if they just give it a chance. Bluey doesn't like first-person shooters, which I don't really know why. But he does stuff like that often, where he doesn't like it, but he can't really verbally explain why he doesn't like it, which is fine. It's like it's boring to him, but he doesn't really explain why. But to me, I mean, as long as the game has some form of progression in it, I think I could deal with it. You know? Let me go on around. Pick up that piece. Actually, we're gonna go through these trees onto this other dude's field. Let's see, Kool-Aid? What's that guy doing? Like Kool-Aid. Just go straight through the trees. The Lorax, and I speak for the trees. No, you do not, sir. No, you do not. I haven't had coffee. Okay, actually, okay. The most recent thing of coffee I would have is I had coupons for Arby's. One of them was a Jamocha shake, and so I used that coupon, and then I went back some few days later and got another Jamocha shake. That is the most coffee I had. Now, I'm not even sure if it is coffee or if it's just coffee flavored. I don't really understand Jamocha or mocha, flavored beverages that aren't necessarily coffee. I'm like, is there coffee in this, or is it just coffee flavored? Which, I mean, doesn't really matter one way or the other. It's just interesting. Okay. Around. Yoinks. Okay, and we are off. Okay, it is 59, so yeah, I was right. We're not going to be able to finish everything. We have to go a little bit over. I feel like we should be able to finish everything in about 10 minutes, I think. Oh, the compacting might take some more time. Agua. I'm just going to go for this one over here. Actually, speaking of orange juice, I keep forgetting to get orange juice. I bought some beet juice the other day just to try. It's supposed to be really healthy. It tastes disgusting. Absolutely vile. Actually, okay, let me put it this way. It tastes about as disgusting as V8 juice, the normal one. Tastes disgusting, right? Beet juice, like if you've ever had or smelled a dirty carrot, I said had. If you've ever smelled a dirty carrot, that is what beet juice smells and tastes like. Like you can taste the earthiness from it. I don't know how else to explain it. Like the earthy notes, I guess I wouldn't say notes, but it tastes like this thing was just picked out of the dirt. Like it tastes like it was fresh out of the dirt and they just threw it into a juicer. That's what a beet tastes like. Or at least that's what the beet juice tastes like. And I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna be able to finish this bottle without orange juice. And I was supposed to be getting some orange juice. That was my girlfriend's idea. I was supposed to be getting some orange juice to split with it. Or like to cut it. Because I'm fighting for my life trying to finish this stuff. I drank like half of a cup, so like 4 ounces, like no problem. But I was like, hey, after this is just sad. Like, can I, like, if I was forced to, could I drink that beet juice? Yes. But it is one of the hardest things to force myself to drink. And I'm one of those weird people to where if I know something is healthy for me, I am, like, I like it more. Like, I'm willing to, like, for example, cauliflower. Most people don't like cauliflower. Cauliflower doesn't really taste like anything, or if it does taste like something, it tastes like dirt. I can eat cauliflower. Like, because I know it's like healthy, I'm like, okay, I can deal with it, you know. Oh, I need to go faster. But yeah, cauliflower, it's just the cauliflower I can do. I can deal with it. But I did not pick up this little section right here. Oh, no, that's a whole new area. But I thought I was just showing that dot. It didn't show that line. Yeah, the lines are not loading in. The swath distance. But I remember there being an update to swathing distance when I was reading one of the change logs or something, like the newer update. You can drink butter when you melt it. You can. I don't think that's healthy though. It reminds me of that Family Guy song. So I put butter on a Pop-Tart. It was so friggin' good. Have you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart? If you haven't, then I think you should. And I forget how the rest of the song goes. Like I know the words to the song. I don't know them in the order that they sing it. Like I could just start throwing out the words, but the words wouldn't even make, like if I were to throw out the words, it wouldn't even make sense in sentence form because I'm just throwing out the words. Like I know the words, but the order, even in basic sentence form, I don't know. Like I don't even mean verses, just in general. Let's see, how are we on time? I know we're definitely over. Oh yeah. But we might be able to finish the silage compacting with an additional few minutes. Yeah, because it's about to be that 5-minute mark. Yeah, the compacting might take us to like 15 probably. We might take it. I don't know. We'll see. If my technique is sound, it shouldn't take terribly long. We're really almost done. We got 1, 2, 3 outside of the one that we're on. We got 3 rows left. 4, I could just say 3.5 rows left. And then I get to play Battlefield tomorrow, which I am looking forward to. Especially in that game, even though it's not for everybody, it does give like a different feel, a different type of game for this channel to watch. Because as much as I would love to just stream Farming Simulator every single day, the fact of the matter is we don't have a massive turnout for that. And there's nobody really to blame for that. It's just that First of all, live videos on YouTube already don't do super splendid. And then on top of that, Farming Simulator is a niche game. It's niche. Like, there's already not a massive amount of people playing it. And of the people playing it, there's probably, like, put it this way, of the people playing Farming Simulator, there's probably 90% of people who have actually looked up a video. 90% of us have probably looked up a video to help us with the game some way, shape, or form. And then of the ones who've done that, of the 90% who've like just looked up a video at all, probably 50% of those have actually subscribed to somebody who's posted Farming Simulator content in general. Of those who have subscribed, how many of those actually watch live stream content? Because again, YouTube, even though you can live stream on it, it's not a super popular live streaming platform, which is why I'm sort of hoping I can fill that need, that little bubble. I hope I'm the one that, hey, when it comes to streaming Battlefield 6 on YouTube, I'm hoping I'm the guy that people want to watch. Or maybe like you'll have people like Tim the Tatman or somebody like they're streaming it, but they don't stream it, you know, consistently. I plan to be the guy that streams it consistently. Or consistently enough, let me put it that way. Okay, perfect. The bucket is done. So fold this real quick, lift it up, switch to the back, and drop it. Let's see, can I play with you tomorrow? If you have Battlefield 2042, I will allow it. Yes, I will allow it. Because the nature of the game is already multiplayer, and it won't take away from any of the content I have. So if you have it, if you have Battlefield 2042, yes, sure, yes. With Farming Simulator is a bit harder because, heck, just starting a multiplayer map, you're playing on a different server. But Battlefield, it's already multiplayer from the jump. So I think yeah, I'll allow it. I will allow it. Yeah, if you have Battlefield 2042 and you want to play together, I'll do that. Won't do that. I have absolutely no problem doing that. Look at what the map's called. Yeah, do that right after. I also just realized I do not have the silage impacting chart turned on. We're at 20-something% already. That's good. Okay, we're at 29%. Uh-oh. Oh, gonna hit that. Yep. We're at what, 209 right now? So yeah, we're close to that 15 mark. So my estimation wasn't too far off. Wasn't too terribly off. %. Do. 50%. Smushing the grass, smushing the grass. 58%. I'm not gonna lie, this little path, I do like it. Even if it's not faster, mentally it feels like it's faster. Like it's probably not, but it feels like it's faster. Which is interesting. Let's see, we're at 211, so yeah, we're close to that 15. Not exact. Try to get some of those high spots. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. It just did not want to drop fast enough, so we just blew past all of it. Which is interesting, because I'm wondering, again, I think it's going by a distance thing. So I'm wondering if I just... Yeah, like it went up. Like, speed was still going up. So I'm wondering... Also, I guess I don't have to keep circling around because it's pretty flat. So if I just drive over it and then back up, I guess it does its job. Okay. Also, I made it a bit weirder because on this end, I am pretty close to the edge, which might cause us an issue. Whenever I go to pull the cover off, but we'll figure that out when we get to it. And what I'm gonna do is go ahead and put this back. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait for the next one. Oop, how close are we? Oh, we're pretty close. So let's see, we made over 100,000 within one session, which is fantastic. And then, oh, I forgot to be reading. You said, do you have to do this? I don't know what that means. But yeah, if you have Battlefield and you want to join me on Battlefield tomorrow, yes. Don't forget to message you back. Roger, Roger. Okay, let me do this. Let me go here. Let me save this. All right. So, with that, let me go here. With that, thank you for everybody who showed up. I appreciate everybody, no matter how long you were here, whether it was 2 seconds or whether it was the whole stream. I appreciate everybody. So with that, I will say, if you liked the video, please leave a like. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe. If you want to leave a comment, please leave a comment. If you want to follow me on other social media, such as TikTok or Twitter, please feel free to do so. Again, once Battlefield 6 comes out, which is, again, another reason I'm doing Battlefield 6, I can post a lot more to TikTok and Twitter. Farming Simulator doesn't do very well on TikTok or Twitter. But... well, I don't really know about Twitter for sure because I don't really use Twitter a lot. But also, if you want to join the Discord or just look at the calendar for when we're streaming so you can see when I'm going live without me having to tell you guys, that's down in Discord. You don't even have to join the Discord channel to see that. You just click on it and it should show it in the top left, wherever my face is. But with that, I will say peace and good night. See you guys tomorrow.